Now, in this video, we're going to talk about circulation. But prior opening the circulation module, we need to set the policies of circulation for your items. And that's managed by the group editor in the group editor module. So let's take a look at the group editor. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to sign in. And as we could see, we have two types of groups, patrons and items. Groups is not to be confused for grouping, it's most towards the policies of circulation, okay? For example, general collection. General collection, any item that belongs to the general collection group, if I click on edit, will be checked out if I click on circulation periods for 14 days. As we could see, the long period, 14 days. If you renew the item, it will be for 14 days. You could make it 7 days if you want to, because they're renewing it. Apply. And if you click on members, you could see any copy. We're talking about copies. Any copy that belongs to the general collection. And the group access is for advanced multiple databases. So let's not get into it. So disregard that part, okay? So now, what's the difference between reference collection and general collection? It's the same. The difference is, there has to be a difference, and the difference is, most probable, is on the circulation periods. If I click on edit, and I go to circulation period, it says long period, 0 days. So this, any member that belongs to the reference collection will not be able to check it out in circulation. It is in the library, but you cannot check it out. If you try, it will say this item is a non-circulated item. And so on. We have audiovisual, I click on edit, and most probable the circulation period is different, three. And this might be related to laptops, computers, tablets. All right, cancel. Now, can I create more items? Yes. But the less you have, the better is for you to control it. If you start creating items and items and items, group items, you're going to have problems in circulation, okay? Because it's hard to control. How do you add another one? Easy. You could even actually click on new, select new item group, click OK, and here it is. Then you click on edit, and you change it to computers or computers. And I specify the circulation period to 1 day and apply, okay. And you could see it right here. Can you add members directly from the group editor? No. You need to add it as in cataloging. When you add a new item, you specify the group that you're going to assign it to. Not from here. This is only setting up the policies of circulation. Now, if you want to make it easier for you and keep the same settings, for example, create another one with the same settings as general collection, except for the renewal period or the long period, you could duplicate it. There's a duplicate right here, copy of the general collection, edit, and call it special. And it does have the same line, and it does have the same circulation periods, but maybe you want to change it or maybe leave it. But then you could keep easy track of the items that are on the special collection. But again, try to keep this as minimum as possible, just for have control over that. Now, the different, patron groups, keep it short as well. What's the difference between patrons and administrator? Well, I could show you. When you go to patrons and edit the rights, that you have access to circulation, for example, the patrons, no. Do you have access to cataloging? No. But they have, access to other utilities like to see the catalog, for example. Now, when you go into the administrator, you click on edit, you could see I do have members right there. And if I go to circulation, for example, circulation access, yes, I could do whatever you want in circulation. I could do cataloging access. Yes, I do have cataloging access. So that's a difference. Now, I start creating groups like volunteers, help people that helps in the library, staff members, parents. They all have the same as the patron, same rights as the patron. Just add them when you create a patron record, just add them to the group patrons. And if you want to specify that they're a staff member, there's a field that is called department or type, where you could specify they are a staff member, they are employee, and so on. But the policies or the rights over the system is here. So keep it minimum. Now, can you duplicate one from patrons? Yes, just duplicate, and here is the duplicate, and just edit and make the changes you want. It's exactly the same as patron group, but just make the changes you want to. Maybe they're helping you out in circulation, and you go to the circulation access, you say yes, and then they're allowed to loan books out and return, and click apply. Okay, and then you could actually forgot to rename it. You could go to copy, edit, and call it volunteers. Yeah, the volunteers are different, group that has right here, volunteer. The volunteers group has the right, whoever belongs to this group has the rights to certain features in circulation. Now, again, to finalize these policies, can you add members directly from the group editor to these groups? No, that you do it from cataloging. This module wants to be set up and try to leave it alone. It's not like a daily use module. Just set it up with your rights and loan periods for your items and leave it like that. One thing that I could mention here before I let you go is, let's say, for example, you loan to your patrons, because that's where we are giving service to the patrons. You loaning the items for 14 days, as we could see on the circulation periods. But for the staff members, of course, it might not be for 14 days. So you could override the settings for general collections for your example for volunteers. How do you do that? You go to volunteers, click on edit, and there's an option right here, item group override. So I'm overriding the general collection. I'm going to override it right here. I'm going to click on edit override, and instead 14 days is going to be 30. Apply. Okay. So what does that mean? So if a volunteer is trying to check out a book that belongs to the general collection, instead of 14 days, it will be 30 days. It is a special override for the volunteer members. All right. Next, it will be, we're going to discuss and see circulation. I stop this meeting, this tutorial.